Welcome to DataPencil.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our 50 days SQL practice challenge. Today it's our day 15 and we are going to practice few more queries that are based on subqueries topic along with exists and non-exists conditional operators. If you are new to this channel and you want to join this 50 days SQL practice challenge, then please subscribe the channel so that you will get notified about the registration opening dates via our community post, as well as you can follow our official WhatsApp channel. The link is given in the description box. Please find that. Alright, now let's begin with our day 14, and for that let's open VS Code. Here, as you all know, that you have to firstly create day 15's file and then write use 50 days SQL challenge. Now directly come to our query number 1, and in this query you have to find employees with salary record. Now basically we have to find here those employees who have salary data, means they got paid at least once. Okay, they got paid at least once. If they got paid at least once, then what will happen? It means their record must exist in the salary table. Correct? So how to find such employees? For that, we simply have to use here subquery as well as the operator, the conditional operator called exist. Means if the data of the employees exist in this salary table, then show their records. Alright, how to write it? So let's see. Here, firstly, we have to select our desired columns. So select e.employee ID, e.employee name from our clean employees table. Let's define it with the E. Where, now here we will use this operator called exist, where exist means this employee ID and employee name, if they are exist in this scenario which we will provide. So let's write firstly. Here we will start our subquery. So select one from clean salaries table, okay, where s.employee ID equals employee ID. Now what does it mean? Let's understand everything one by one. So here this select ones means you have to go and simply check the data. If the data exists there, then return 1. That's it. Okay, this select one means what? You simply have to go in the table and check the data. If the data exists, then return 1. That's it. Okay, so go check in this clean salaries table where employee ID is equal to the employee ID that we will provide via outer query. Okay, so where the employee ID is equal to this employee ID, right? If this employee ID exists in this clean salaries table, then return 1. Alright, means you simply have to return the columns, and the columns that we will get in the result window will be these columns, employee ID and the employees' names. Alright, so now let's run it and see the result. Okay, we haven't defined our salaries table, so let's define it with S. Now let's run it again. So these are the employees with employee ID and the employee names. They exist in this salaries table. Okay, it clearly means that they exist in this salaries table. Fine, so this is the use of this exist operator. Now let's come to our next query, and in this query it is asking to get the employees without salary. Okay, get the list of employees without salary. So for that, what we will use, we simply have to use the non-exist operator if employee ID and employee name does not exist. If employee ID does not exist in this clean salaries table, then return such employee IDs in the result window. Okay, so how to write it? For that, we will simply write select our employee ID, comma, employee name from clean employees table where not exists, select one from clean salaries table where employee ID should be equal to the employee ID that we are providing via outer query, which is e.employee ID. Okay, this is it. Now close everything and simply run it. So again, we forgot to describe both the tables. Let's quickly describe. Now let's run it again. Okay, so these are the employees. Basically, they don't exist in our salaries table. Okay, this is very easy. This non-exist is doing what? It basically giving us the values, all those values that do not exist in this clean salaries table. Okay, so these are two queries. Now come to our third query. And this third query is asking about the employees with attendance. The same logic, the same procedure will be used here as well. So what you have to do, you have to simply select the employee's ID and the employee's name. And this time you have to check whether the employee ID, employee name exists in this attendance table. Okay, you have to check whether the employee ID exists in this attendance table. So if they exist, then show it in the result window. The process will be same, where exist and then use of subquery. Now come to our last query, fourth query, and it is about the employees without attendance. Okay, this time we will use not exist operator. All right guys, so see, these things are very easy. The thing is that we have to practice. It is all about the practice. Only those few will get proficient in this SQL coding who will do practice. See guys, everything is easy. It is just about the practice. The more you practice, the more you will become proficient. So the basic idea behind this challenge, 50 days challenge, is to make you consistent so that you can do your practice in a regular way. Okay. It is not like that you have to do any rocket science thing here. The things are easy. Bit by bit, you have to crack them only. This is the concept here. And to complete the whole procedure, you have to be consistent. See, if you are not from the Hindi medium, if you just don't know Kakha Gaga, the Hindi Kakha Gaga Akshar, so what you have to do, you have to learn it. And you cannot learn in a single day. Even Kakha Gaga, which is very easy, you cannot learn it in a single day, right? You have to do daily practice for that one. In your childhood days, you have practiced the tables, 2 table, 3 table, 4 tables. In a single day, you haven't learned anything, right? So this is the key here. We have to practice daily. Even if it looks like so simple, but still you have to practice. Only then the logic you will understand, and only then in the next query with which you will not be familiar, you can crack that query. You can easily write the codes of that query. Okay, so please practice. The more practice you can do, the more easily you can crack the logics behind the queries, and you can write the codes on your own. So this is it. See you tomorrow with our day 16 and few more queries with new concepts. So guys, take care, bye bye, and please submit it via submission form.